Hi, this is the 10th of July, and the program goes on. So in the morning, there's nothing new to learn. It's kind of boring, and basically, one of the guys from Google kind of promoted the product of Google Cloud platform, and I don't actually know what it's talking about, but probably we can just use it for our team if I decide to launch the product. Because he kind of explained benefits or advantages of using the Google platform as compared to other services like AWS. I'm not really sure if they are competitors of each other, but yeah, so be it. In the afternoon, we talk about customer validation. So we did customer interviews. Serge and Hakim came up pretty late, so before the two of them came over, Myrtle, me, and Aiden were discussing the questions that we're gonna ask for the interviews. So, as I've mentioned earlier, the early adopters of our blog's smartwatch is gonna be biohackers and developers. So we wanted to know how they think of the product, and in order to do this, we need to have a very accurate profile of the early adopters. And one of the ways we thought about is to look at the profile of people who actually back up wearable technology products in Kickstarter or Indiegogo. So after interviewing some of the developers here, we kind of broke down. So Caroline and I are going to work on the business part. So we are going to study the profile of the visitors of Indiegogo and Kickstarter, and the rest of them are going to discuss the platform which I'm going to use. Whether it's going to be Android Wear, which is not published yet, or some other platform that is not really as reputable as Android Wear. So for the customer interview, it's a really new experience for me, and really something that has taught me a very important lesson. Because if you think about biohackers and developers, you kind of think that okay, they're like the same type of person, very geek and techie and technology groupies, but actually every one of them is different. So they have different needs, and in order to find out which type of platform they like, and so we can use it for our hardware. We did some interviews about the habits of the different developers we can find in the startup garage. I interviewed Trevor, Maura, Bruce, Alice, and Estonian guy called Andres. Okay, so the replies from the four guys I know are just like a wake up call for me to realize everyone's different. So even by asking simple questions and going deeper, you can actually learn a lot about the problems that each of the customers face, and if you are able to solve problems for them and bring value to them, and you can always turn this into a business because people are willing to pay for that. So for the Estonian guy, I kind of learned about the life of developers. So I have always had this stereotypical thinking that software engineers are geeks and they are relatively well paid. They're interested in the technological gadgets, and they're willing to give a lot of their time to these products if they're really interested in those. But in the talk with the Estonian guy, I actually changed my idea. So Andres told me that as a software engineer, you don't actually pay much attention to your health, because you're just got a job and you feel very insecure and you want to really impress your boss with what you are able to do. So let's say if there's a project and that really takes 3 days, and for a new software engineer, he might just pledge to his boss saying that okay, I am able to finish the project in one day, and in order just to keep the promise, he will just spend all day long coding, just completely ignoring the detrimental effects on his health. And it is only later on when he discovers the harms that the life as a engineer brings to his body that Andres actually started taking care of his body. So he has created this work pattern. So for every 45 minutes he calls, he would go for a walk and have a little break. And he made some adjustment to the computer screen so that it becomes less harmful to his eyes and less disruptive to his sleeping patterns. And I don't think every new engineer actually knows this, and I think our product's gonna be a great tool for software engineers to, especially the younger ones, to pay more attention to their health. As if you, because they spend all their time in front of a computer screen, they can basically plug in some receiver of the data collected from the health sensors in our smartwatch, and then all the data can be analyzed by special software on their computer, so they can receive instant reply on their body condition. And there are a lot of smart ways to use the data to make their working time more healthy. And this brings me to another thing, a different issue, because I always had this opinion that it is cool to be a software engineer, but it turns out the experience of Andres kind of tells me the other side of life of software engineer. So I'm kind of thinking if I really want to devote so much time to read a course to computer science, or should just minor into instead of majoring in it. Anyways, it's a fruitful day. I spent a lot of time and working in a team of such diverse background has really kind of stimulated into thinking and pondering over things that might never crossed my mind before. So I really love the team, and I think the prototyping class tomorrow is gonna be very fun. And as Serge has entrusted me with the marketing plan together with Caroline, and I don't think he actually knows that I have no previous marketing experience. And anyways, he entrusted me with this project. I think I'm gonna try my best to make it work. And yeah, that's it. So that's the idea. I'm gonna try my best to make best of this program. So see you.